They were supposed to have appeared before the committee last week or 2 weeks ago, and they wrote to seek the understanding and approval of the committee to give them a grace of 2 months, which the committee couldn't, but rather the committee extended their appearance to today, the 10th of July, 2027. And the issues are centrally about the audited financial statement of NNPC from 2017 to 2023. And at the last hearing, it was the decision of the committee announced by the chairman as required by the rules of engagement that the next appearance of NNPC, which of course is today and now, the team should and must be laid by the group company executive officer of NNPC. So may the committee know if the group company executive officer, GCEO, is here, and if he's not here, then we will hear from his representatives why he is not here. Thank you.
The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited would definitely have been here today, but he has to attend to state activities as the member of the delegation leading as a member of the Nigerian delegation to the ongoing OPEC sessions. He left the shores of Nigeria on Tuesday, and he will be back this weekend. He sends his regrets for his inability to attend these sessions.
Appeared before this committee. As the fact of the matter, the committee's resolution over 2-3 weeks ago was very clear that we are not taking anybody but the GMT, and I find it really disturbing with issues that has to do with indiscretion. For goodness sake, this is a committee of the Senate. There's nothing personal between us and personal between members of the NNPC or their representative. There's nothing personal. We are here asking them to comply with the constitutional provisions under the powers that the legislature has. So I find it really disturbing that Chairman, please. We should be on the same page. The NNPC GMD would have sent a letter long time before he traveled that he has this schedule and therefore he could not meet today's meeting. That he didn't send any letter, and only for the chief financial officer to say that he has traveled to OPEC. He is only traveling to OPEC because he is a GMD. If he is not a GMD, he wouldn't have traveled to OPEC. Who certified him to be the GMD is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And therefore, first thing that he needs to do, and the DAD must understand, that his responsibility first and foremost is to the legislature, not to OPEC. His responsibility is to Nigeria. And therefore, I find it disturbing that this thing is happening the way it is happening. in this particular instance. And I think, and I believe, the convention allows us to use their discretion. We can take them if we so wish, but I doubt much if taking them will bring credibility to this institution. I believe we should not take them. I believe JMD must appear in person for the very first time before we listen to him, and then the committee can now guarantee that in subsequent appearances, then he can decide to appoint any other person to speak on his behalf. I find this matter most really disturbing, and I'm sure we need to nip this thing on the bud, that this is not acceptable at all.
And members of your team for today, that is the decision of the committee, which has only been... Anyway, before then, two or three colleagues came in after the commencement of the council.
NNPC too much. They need to be made to understand that we are not pleading. Even the offer to, with that application, that we will excuse him subsequently, I don't think that is the view of the committee. Anybody who is too big to obey the Nigerian Constitution should relocate. This committee combines the powers to do what we are doing. Those powers are derived from the express provisions of the law, and if you fail to comply, we have our options, including the power to arrest, the power to prosecute, and the power to expose. The fact that those who were there where this has happened are no longer there does not give you a shield. You do need to consult your legal department to appreciate, so that you don't find yourself unwittingly into a pit hole. Because this committee must be respected, and if you don't respect it, you will be worse for it. We came to the Senate to make Nigeria work and not to take excuses. Nobody is too big to listen. We are empowered by our constituents to protect Nigeria public interest, with particular reference to public funding. NNPC has a history that is dirty, a history of embezzlement, a history of fraud, and manipulating the Nigerian people, and now you are reluctant to come and account for what has happened under your watch. So I think, Mr. Chairman, sir, that they just need to know we are not pleading. We do have options. They either take advantage of the window you have given, or the door will be shut and the right thing will be done.
Privileged to be one among equals. Whatever comes out of Wadada's mouth is the decision of the committee. Before we close today, for the purpose of the Nigerian public, on whose mandate we are here, after the last appearance of NNPC before this committee, a whole lot got into the public domain, portraying the Senate Public Accounts Committee not to have the required knowledge of what it is talking about. If one will wish Wadada away, because I am neither an accountant nor an auditor, one should have the respect that this committee has Senator Ibrahim Dankwambo, who was one time Accountant General of the Federation of Nigeria. This committee has Senator Dafinoni, who has accounting running in his bone marrow. This same committee has a son who happens to be the youngest by age member of this committee. We have Senator Gia, we have Senator Joel Onaopo from Delta State, who, an accountant, a forensic accountant for that matter. forensic accountant recognized by the US, UK, and Nigeria. We have Senator Gia, a seasoned banker, yes, a seasoned legislator, and of course, an upright man. Senator Abdul Ningi is synonymous to the institution of legislature. My respected deputy chairman, yes, who comes under my command here.
Yes, sir.
And
my chairman is correct.
He comes under my command here, and unfortunately for me, he commands me in the chamber because he's a leader.
Which is more important? Yes, my chairman.
Distinguished colleagues, gentlemen of the press, let me say this. First and foremost, there was never a period that this committee said NNPC stole 210 trillion. But this committee said, and it still stands by it, NNPC must account for 210 trillion. And reason being that you submitted through your audited financial statement an account that is not net off. An account that is not net off does not give the needed and required meaning anywhere. Neither the liability side nor the asset side can be accepted because it is not the responsibility of anybody to net off your account. It is your responsibility. And for crying out loud, no accrued expense by simple principle of accounting is considered and accepted as an accrued expense without passing through the P&L. On your P&L, the accrued expenses reflected was and is still, I think, 3 trillion or 5 trillion. But on the audited financial statement issued, it came up to 103 trillion. We could not place the 103 trillion. By your records and your presentation, it could not be substantiated. So as far as we're concerned, that does not stand as a liability figure. And then the asset figure as well. You just gave us vague information based on what is reflected in your audited financial statement. Some different banks are owing NNPC. There's an expression that it is approved. Or, well, I can't really remember. Anyway, the long and the short of it, we could not and still cannot substantiate what you have given as liability asset figures. And that's why we lumped all together to say this is all we are looking at. At your appearance or appearances, you will throw you will educate us. Nobody said here that NNPC has stolen 210 trillion. But the position was still and shall continue to be, unless and until you've proven otherwise, 210 trillion you must account for. It's as simple as that. And it is, with due respect, the decision of the committee that your next appearance, you must be led by the group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, which I think the next date of appearance shall be conveyed to you soonest. Distinguished colleagues, okay, let's
give them next week.
No, but let's introduce Senator Saliu. Cancelled or withdrawn from the system in 2016. And it took effect, this you know, but the public should know, so that we don't appear as if we don't know where we're coming from and where we're going to. It took effect in 2017. Okay. Just for you to know that whatever happens here is not Wadada's decision alone. The committee said greater percentage of the members of the committee are of the view that I shouldn't go there for now. But I thought we could do that for the public to know.
It will come.
And let me reiterate, like Senator Abdul Lingi said, there is nothing personal between this committee with anybody. Soldier go, soldier come, barrack remains. Someday, none of us will be here on this side of the divide. And vice versa.
Maybe some of them can come here
Yeah, some of you may even come over here.
when they retire.
But I have gone beyond the level of being GMD of NNPC already, by the blessings of God.
But they shouldn't behave like a mefele.
So, whatever is happening is for the good of Nigerians. Generations yet unborn. That's all. There is virtually every other person that matters in NNPC today is my friend. Every other person. But that doesn't stop me from doing my work at all. If I'm understood, I'm understood. I'm not understood, so be it. I shall be understood someday, because the truth is always one. So we thank you very much for coming. We shall, is it the decision of the committee to give them a new date today, or we
No, yes, my chairman.
Next time.
Let's give them Tuesday next week.
Let them just go.
let them go? Let's sit down and you know, so that, you know, because they have a...
Okay.
Thank you very much, NNPC.
Chairman says so.
Yeah, no, let's sit down and look at it. 1 week may be too tight for them.
No, they have all the information.
No, but the GMD, it is
Okay.
if we were to take them today, or we are to take them today, he equally has the information, but it has been and still the decision of the committee that the GMD should be here. So, and if he's back this weekend,
We'll give them a date.
we give them a date. We convey a date to that. I mean, that is much convenient. Seconded. Those that are for the adjournment say aye.
Aye.
Those that are not for say nay.
They are not here.
The ayes have it.
They are in Gombe.
The meeting is hereby, the session today is hereby adjourned. Senadai. Tuesday?
Yeah, we're meeting Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday next week,
Yes.
2 p.m. the regular committee meetings, and then members should stay for 5-10 minutes executive session.
Okay, don't fly.
Yes. Today? Ah, I thought they said Friday.
Just let me come and show you.
Okay.